And I only have one team name, so I'm not going to actually worry about it because blue team never gave me a name, which is pretty sad if you think about it, because team names are the way to roll in this game. Looks like China Dodos is considering this Shaco. AP Shaco's pretty strong, but nope, going to go for something else. However, that one guy you hate picking up that LeBlanc, probably going in that mid or top lane with that flash and teleport. A lot of teleports coming out. Another LeBlanc on purple or blue team. God damn these blind picks. I don't know, I might jump out of this one. Whatever, sure, we'll shoutcast this. I might shoutcast the second game afterwards. I really only like shoutcasting draft modes, but you know what, troll it up. Let's shoutcast some custom games. Here we go, blue team versus purple team. No one else is locked in just yet other than that one guy on the LeBlanc. We're going to have a lot of clones running around here, especially if a Shaco is picked up, but maybe not, as we are sitting at 27 seconds and this game might be getting underway. Does look like no Srafe is considering taking that. Nope, I was about to say revive, but changed it to flash at the last second. So we'll be pairing up against that one guy you hate. LeBlanc versus LeBlanc, possibly in that mid lane. Does look like Jay Corvette has picked up the Cassidy, as well as red, yellow, gray, going with that Vi. Everyone taking that teleport flash other than the Twitch, who is still hovering over that Twitch, but it looks like he's going to auto lock in there, not having any other options. A couple seconds for everyone to choose their abilities. Going down, a Zuby picking up the Ramus. China Dodos going onto that Volibear, and then of course Kamezad on that Jax. I don't know if it'll give me the 3-minute timer or not. It does give me a 3-minute timer. All right. So we do have a jungler for blue team, so that means all of blue team will be single players in this current matchup, which will be very interesting to watch. Purple team does not have a jungler, so they will have a player and a support. It might be a top lane Cassidy and a support Vi. It may be all 4 team members going into one lane, considering that they all have teleport. Change lanes, as a friend of mine used to say, and everyone would teleport to a different lane. So it'll be interesting to see how they decide to go about that. It does look they are picking up some kill comps. However, that Zupi is going to be in a little bit of trouble unless he can taunt only Twitch. Well, I guess taunting Vi would be pretty good because he does have a lot of armor on that Ramus. I hope that he builds a lot of health as well to not get bursted down by the AP champions on purple team. Purple team does have some really nice getaway though between Cassidin's Void Walk and LeBlanc's Shadow Dash. It'll be interesting to see how they get out of a couple different situations. But blue team has a lot of chase. That Ramus roll, Volibear run, and then of course the Jax leap is going to allow them to chase onto purple team. So if purple team initiates a bad fight, they are not going to be able to get out of this situation and going to die. We got another minute 30 seconds here. Of course, in every stream that I do, I always have a team win prediction, a triple kill prediction, and a first blood prediction. There is nobody playing Lee Sin, and it is apparently a guaranteed thing that in all of the games that I shoutcast, if you pick a Lee Sin, you are going to be first blood. Not get first blood, be first blood. Yes, that is actually a fact in that the last 4 games that I have shoutcasted, there has been a Lee Sin, and they have always died first. Don't ask me why. I don't know why, but it is a thing that goes down. So, but here we go. I'm going to give it to, I don't know, I'm really liking purple team. I'm thinking purple team may come and pull this into a win. I kind of like their all-in strategy with that teleport flash composition. There's only 2 players in the game, players that flash on D and players that flash on F, so we'll see how that goes. And then, of course, triple kill going out to a LeBlanc. I'm not going to name which LeBlanc, but there is a LeBlanc in this game that will get a triple kill, and if I do that, I am awesome because I remember it. And then, of course, there is one last prediction. Which person is going to get first blood? I'm going to say that it is going to be Jax, because Jax is an OP piece of shit, motherfucker. I don't know. He's just really strong, and no matter what lane he goes in, he's going to be able to do some killing work. And so it'll be really fun to see this Jax, how he dominates in the game, if he does that. But, of course, am playing League of Legends, and I love to be proved wrong, so please go about proving me wrong and show me that your team is the stronger one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the League of Dubstep. This is purple team versus blue team. This is not loading. Oh, there it goes. Now it's loading. And then once, of course, as always, if you have a skin, it obviously shows that you're more powerful than the other team. So I love to see what skin war comes out in the lead. And it looks like we have for blue team Full Metal Ramus on a Zoopy. And then, of course, No Seraph picking up that beautiful Prestige LeBlanc. Gorgeous as always with that top hat. And the purple team, they only have one skin, Neon Strike Vi. Not the skin that I always like to pick, considering I have no skins for Vi. But it's still a pretty cool skin nonetheless. And, of course, any anime fan is totally down with grabbing that skin. So, as we see here, it looks like blue team may actually pull this into a win, even though I predicted the purple team would win due to the fact that they win the skin war. And when you win the skin war, you win League of Legends. If you buy a skin, it automatically means you are more powerful than the enemy team, guaranteed, because you have a skin. Wait, that's not how League is played? That's, oh, okay. Well, I need to get rid of a lot of skins then, so. Alright, looks like most players have loaded other than this Volibear and Cassin, and they're kind of doing a little bit of catch-up here. We do have a beautiful, I believe that is platinum border for the Jacks, as well as a couple golds here for red, yellow, gray, and a Zoopy. I don't know, something about a Zoopy's name. It's just so much fun to say, a Zoopy! Maybe going AD Ramus with that heal flash. And once again, it'll be really interesting to see how these teams line up with that jungle Volibear and no jungle on the enemy team. And thank you, Gangster123232, for tossing out that shout out. It's a lot of fun when you join me, especially when we do actually draft mode ranked games, because it's far more intense. But if any of you are interested in playing more games in the future and having me shoutcast, feel free to hit me up. Message me on Twitch, message me on League. My name in game is Jake Kelton. You'll find it below. And I love doing shoutcasting stuff when I'm not absolutely sucking at ranked mode. I've been on a losing streak. I hate my life. But we are still waiting for this Volibear to slowly load in. He has taken his goddamn... Oh, there we go. He is not on a toaster. Well, he is on a toaster, but the toaster finally loaded in. So, as we start off in this 4v4 match of League of Legends, we already have that even game with that 1.9k gold. Looks like a lot of boots are being picked up by a couple of the different team members. Let's go ahead and line some champions up. At least usually I line up like the ADCs and stuff together. However, in this case, we're going to line up the LeBlancs on the top because they're both LeBlancs and we want to see how they match up. We're going to line up the Jax and a Vi second because both of those are Dunk Master champions. And then, of course, let's line up the ADC versus the tank. And then we'll have Volibear and Cassin because I don't even know what the heck they're doing. But we got some wards coming down from Cassin and Vi. We got nothing else by this LeBlanc and Twitch. They only have their boots. Blue team is collecting together towards this blue buff for purple team. They have kind of snuck their way back here. Cassin actually won't be able to see him. We'll walk right past him. Looks like that guy you hate will be coming around here on that blue buff for blue team. Looks like LeBlanc will be leaping over the wall, maybe trying to grab a kill before Twitch can get out of this. Twitch might be in trouble now. Nosref might be going for a touchdown here. There he goes. He does do the flash. The flash is followed up by Twitch, but that is touchdown for LeBlanc. Touchdown! That guy you hate now trying to get it, but there's the stun. LeBlanc is going to go down. That guy you hate unable to make it to the tower, but now red, gray, yellow, gray is trying to get in. Two tower hot shots. There's a flash over the wall. Will he make it? Touchdown for Vi! That is a 1-1 situation, ladies and gentlemen. We are in full football mode in this game of League of Legends. Alright, so it looks like purple team is coming out here strong a little bit. Twitch is going to be using his invisibility to try to be able to sneak past a number of the members of blue team. Right here, they will be able to see each other, though. Twitch is trying to consider going in. Looks like LeBlanc may be trying to jump on him. Sneaky, sneaky. Twitch has gone invisible mode and is now going to sneak in, does an auto attack, and then going to have to walk away from the situation. Is Nosref on that LeBlanc is going to try to find him out. However, Twitch will walk around in this bottom bush here around red buff. Here looks like Volibear will be hanging around at this tower. Hopefully he won't throw an enemy team into the tower. That would be pretty unfortunate. Here comes Ramus. No wonder they wanted to grab Ramus with that taunt. Looks like Dankly's team, Twitch has snuck in here, but he's going to be in a bad situation as the tower kills him. Execute, no gold for Jax. Sorry, we're not going to make it. But now J Corvette goes ahead and throws down a little bit of damage onto Nosref. Kessin has found his enemy. There goes Ramus trying to be able to sneak in, but no, that tower is going to kill him, giving another kill to Vi, who apparently has decided to stay back and play defensive line. But now that guy you like is trying to be able to sneak in, but no! Going to be taken out by Volibear on that damage-dealing sneaky mode. Nosref's trying to see if he can jump in, but that Kassadin is there. Here's the teleport. Nosref trying to be able to get out of that. Will be able to get, as Kassadin has 0 damage. Looks like LeBlanc on purple team has grabbed mobility boots first, as Jax has grabbed mobility boots as well. Neither team really wanted to push it out too fast here. We are currently in a 1-1. Neither team has been able to get another in. Kills are tied as well. Gold is tied as well. Everything's tied up, ladies and gentlemen. Who is going to win in this game of football? Oh, they stopped the shop to watch the stream. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. You guys have been doing a fantastic job. A couple wards coming out here by Ramus as well as LeBlanc. Maybe they'll be able to throw down those wards into the enemy base and be able to see when people come in. Does look like purple team has placed a couple wards of their own down in their base, and that way they can keep full vision on their base if blue team decides to come into it. However, that gold per second is not going to stack up late game, and so they're going to be actually running out of money unless they can get some more kills, as the teams are continuing to wait and see where things are going. Not too many people have leveled up any abilities. I assume that Vi is going to be taking that Q first to be able to dash in and knock up an enemy opponent. You guys seriously, if you oh my gosh. You guys are pretty silly. You're all sitting there watching me spectate, but I have nothing to spectate. As we see the camera bouncing back and forth between that guy you hate and Twitch. Twitch has decided to recall to see where things are. I don't think it is 2v1 actually. I don't think that anyone made it to the enemy base unless I just wasn't paying attention. It should be a 1v1 at the moment, but Twitch did decide to go ahead and recall. Apparently, actually, it might have auto-recalled him if he had stopped early, because if you actually wait long enough, it will assume that you are going to be out of the game. And no, okay, the game is back underway, as ladies and gentlemen, we are finally now back into it. Looks like Zupi will be trying to make his way towards this mid lane here. He does have that roll, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make it past this Twitch there. LeBlanc now does her flash in, trying to get past the tower. Now she's taking 2 tower shots, 3 tower shots will finish her off. She does not score. Ladies and gentlemen, this is still 1v1 in this current situation. However, she gave a good bit of gold to blue team. Ramus now having to roll away from this. She does not want to be caught out by the Kassadin. His roll doing a nice job of keeping him pretty well distanced from this Kassadin. But now LeBlanc for blue team is now considering being able to jump into the situation. If she can get over the wall, she's going to be able to get away from this Kassadin. Kassadin is not level 6 yet. He does not have those rift walks. No strafe is now going to be able to maybe get over this tower. No, it's going to have to back off in the situation. Throws down a ward so people can teleport. There's 2 wards. Now going to maybe get back off from this. She does have her shadow clone there, and that will actually kill her as she tries to juke out with that clone walking ahead of her, but not gonna happen. Purple team's in onto this. They see what's happening. Zupi going towards this mid lane, maybe grabbing a little bit of farm here? No, okay, nobody's farmed yet. We are at 0 minions on either team, so we're not going to be able to see too much farming action happen here. Looks like that one guy you hate is going to be trying to go off of this top lane again. There's the jump over the wall, but Volibear maybe there to follow up on it. Nope. She's going to walk away. Double stun by Jax here between the Twitch and Kassadin, and they're going to be doing a lot of damage. Will that be a kill for purple team? Ramsod in a little bit of trouble now. Is he going to have his leap to be able to jump over the wall? No, there. Oh my gosh. Is going to be able to go to the poison sex. Might be able to kill him. How about that slow block? Coming to the purple team side. Touchdown for blue team. That is a second score, or apparently 3 now. They are counting as 3. Okay, whatever. 3 by blue team. Purple team has not been able to manage anything yet. That is currently 3-2-1 in this touchdown game of League of Legends. I'm not exactly sure what they are going to, but classically it is up to 5. So we'll see if which team can make it to 5 wins in this situation. Nobody has used their teleports yet on those wars by blue team. Looks like blue team will be full force running in. They are trying to make 2 more scores happen into this game of 5. So we're going to see if we can make this thing happen. Purple team has not caught sight of them yet. Here comes LeBlanc teleporting in. Blue team is pinging. I don't know if they can back in time. Here comes LeBlanc, that one guy you hate, running as fast as she can. If Volibear comes out immediately, then there she goes, dashing in. That touchdown for Purple team, 2v1 in the situation. Here comes the teleport. Cassidy back here, though. That might be a kill on LeBlanc, because LeBlanc's going to have to back away from that. I do not know why all 4 blue members did not go in, but that touchdown, my blue, 4-2 in this situation. Can Ramis make it? No, he escapes. That's 5 wins. 6-2. Oh, touchdowns all around as Volibear and Ramis slipped through the grasp of Purple team, making it into the tower. Nice job, Blue team, stacking up the odds against them, or stacking the odds in their favor. 6-2. Here we go. Kamsa jumping over the wall, as well as No Srift going to save themselves a couple seconds. They run around. However, Jack's deciding, hey, I might have enough gold to actually get something. A lot of mobility boots coming out here. Looks like Vi has picked up a Brutalizer, so she's going to have a little bit of damage. Cassidy going the damage route as well with those boots of magic penetration. A little bit of fight here in the jungle. Neither team really has a whole lot of damage, so I don't know why they're kind of poking it out here. That one you hate has jumped over the wall, but decides to leap back, not wanting Jax to instantly stun her. She does like this top wall, though, so it'll be interesting when she decides to switch it up, instead going towards that bottom one. Here comes Volibear, kind of considering maybe jumping in here. That one guy you hate is taking 2 tower shots. Gonna have to clone out of the situation. Does leap over the wall, but now does not have her clone to be able to save her. Jax does have the stun up, but has no option to jump over the wall. That might be a kill on the Volibear, though, as a lot of damage is going down. His passive is procced. That might be able to save him. Twitch is trying to chase, but that poison stack is not going to be enough to deal with the passive by Volibear. There goes LeBlanc. She is down to only 1 damage. Did not trick Vi out, though, however, and did get killed. Still 6-2 between these 2 teams. Purple's gonna have to find some really good ways to get the kill or get their score back up there if they're gonna make this game into one that evens up a little bit. Jax does leap in. LeBlanc actually shadow dancing just at the last second, trying to escape from that. However, the stun by Jax is there, and that is a kill. Twitch actually flashing over the wall, burning that oh so useful flash. Jax now leaping onto a ward to try to escape or to follow him. Twitch now is gonna die. Jax picking up that kill. Kamsa doing an excellent job of following up on all of these times that he finds Purple team in the jungle. A couple of wards going down here. Blue team looks like they're going to be advancing hard now. 3 members already pushing into Purple team's jungle. Corvette is here. He does not have the silence any longer, as Cassin did get nerfed in that area. However, he does have the slow. Looks like Volibear will be chasing Cassin off. However, it looks like Blue team will be trying to go in. There we go. A nice breaking force by Vi will keep Ramis from being able to go too much further. China Dodos now might be taunting Vi into the bush here. Or not Vi, I'm sorry, LeBlanc, is LeBlanc's now going to back off a little bit. Blue team's LeBlanc still in there. Okay, thank you very much. Red, yellow, gray wins the award for being awesome. However, Purple team wasn't paying attention. That is a dead Jax in that tower. Touchdown! 7-2. 3 more kills on Blue team will win it for themselves. LeBlanc did get knocked back, but it's going to be able to walk in onto that Nexus tower and make it 8-2. 2 more kills. Looks like Purple team is very far down in this game of tag team football and going to have to be able to get together for this. Looks like LeBlanc will be jumping over the wall. She has scored almost every time in this game. Does her flash? Will she be able to have her dash back up in time? No! That Volibear flip will keep her in place, and that tower will aid in the kill. You need to sidewalk the walls a little bit more, LeBlanc, if you're going to be able to do that. Keep the tower shots off you as long as possible. Nice job jumping over the wall initially, but you keep going over the same wall, and it's not going to work. I love that you guys are going to be playing again. I might actually join you because this is rather entertaining to spectate. However, the problem is that I do not play. I cannot spectate and play at the same time. It's just not how it works. There goes the stun onto Twitch, and that is a kill by Twitch. Or Jack's picking up that kill on Twitch. Looks like No Strafe might be able to sneak into a nice flash and a shadow walk. That is now 9-2. Blue team solidly leading this game. A lot of executions as well coming out for Blue team, doing a good job of keeping that gold down on Purple team, not being able to do a whole lot. Cassidy is a pretty rough choice because you can't do much until level 6, and most of these players are currently only level 2s and 3s. So we'll see if maybe he can pick this game up towards the late game and doesn't have the silence to stop LeBlanc's from doing those dashes. LeBlanc did do one of her dashes over that Volibear and is going to walk back to it. However, that ward in there will be able to keep sight on it. Twitch now chasing down onto this Jax. I don't think he's going to be able to do too much. He jumps over the wall. The stun is available. He might be able to make it in for this kill. Or for this last execute. A Zoopy following up as well. One more tower shot will knock him down though. J Corvette picking up that kill. But Jax made it in. Touchdown. That is game, I believe. I actually didn't get to see that. No Sarave. There we go. Yep, GG's all around. Good job. Good try. Jax going ahead and leaving the game. Apparently everyone has decided to leave the game after this. LeBlanc showing up her power by going ahead and jumping in once again. So I will go ahead and exit the game as well. But that was incredibly entertaining, and I'll have to put that on YouTube as Touch Fantasy.